Here's my patch that won't grow. I tried just planting seed with some fresh topsoil and watering it. I missed a few days and it died out. My fault entirely. I got a little bit of production here and here. You can see this stuff's kind of dead and drying out because it was just too young, and this spot's very dry. So what I did was I took a jar and I soaked grass seed for the past week. Changed the water every 12 hours just to keep it clean and fresh. Otherwise your seed can actually rot if you don't kind of stir it up and rinse it and put fresh water in there. This is that jar here. You see we got a whole bunch of grass seed right down there. I probably won't need all of this for this area. And we want to let it kind of dry out so we can spread it. So I made a little sieve. Hit it. Oh, jar's on there tight. There we go. Take the lid off and just pour this all out through this sieve. And while we kind of break up our topsoil in there, we're going to as we break up the topsoil, we'll let this dry out, spread the topsoil out, and then we'll spread the seed out on top of it. All right, you get what's going on. This is dumb stuff. Whew, stinks. Hard work. All right. This topsoil is very clumpy. We don't want clumpy, and there's a lot of wood in there. Need to make a bigger sieve, some with more like chicken wire on it, so I can sort out all the twigs and rocks and bullshit from cheap topsoil. You can always pick that up later. Alright, while I wait for the grass seed to dry, I'm going to go inside, probably crack a nice fresh beer. We'll come back, hopefully this has dried up a little bit more to where I can spread it around this area with the topsoil and then water it and continually water it, every day. But my propagation should happen a lot faster because I've let that seed soak for 5 days in a jar. So I should see results faster, and we'll do little updates on this spot when the time comes. All right, we'll check back in a minute.
A few beers later.
Oh. Well, it's been about an hour, and seed is starting to dry up. I think I'll be able to spread it easily. It's kind of the consistency of like wet granola, I guess. It's still clumping a little bit, but it's much easier to spread than it was when it came straight out of the jar. Had me a delicious Sun Crusher, once again from Revolution Brewing. Oh, top notch on a hot day. Crush that sun. Ah. Don't need no hoe. Some shovel. Spread some of this fresh topsoil down. Feather it out around the edges. Da-da-da. Now the nice thing is the grass that's underneath there will most likely not die. It'll grow through. This is good for like if you have little bare spots, even just little bare spots, just throwing some topsoil down without even planting seed. The roots will start to spread. They'll see that there's more nutrients in the soil there, and you'll see that grass start to grow. Like if you have just like a little patch, like maybe this spot, just throw some topsoil down on there. Take our seed and just spread it out. We're gonna rake this in. We're gonna throw a little bit more topsoil on top, and then rake it in. Get our sprinkler going. Topsoil. Yeah, have fun with it. I mean, when was the last time you got to play in the mud? You know? Don't play in the mud. Don't play in the mud. Always play in the mud. Because I'm not a scientist, I'm not running a controlled experiment here. I also have my big bag of seed. Went down to my local hardware store, picked up 4 pounds of just basic shit. Da-da-da. And mix that in. So I'm gonna hopefully see results with the pre-germinated seed within a couple days. I'm thinking probably 3 to 4 days worth of watering, and then the dry stuff, that's just kind of backup. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go grab the sprinkler and get it over here. Try not to soak you guys, and we'll see what happens there. I'm just trying to line up my sprinkler so that it's hitting the areas that I seeded and soiled over there, and then it definitely hits this spot. Getting closer. All right. And while we're at it, make the best of a hot day. Thanks for yarding with Harry. Whew. Beat it.